Hello, welcome to another One Mind meditation. Hope you've had a very good night's sleep, or maybe you're on your way to bed to having a good night's sleep. So whether you are starting your day with us or finishing your day with us, a great big welcome to you. While we wait for all of the other fearless souls to join us, settle yourself down into a really comfortable spot. Start breathing nice and slow and deep in through your nose, filling up that balloon in your belly. And get a sleeping mask closer, something that can shut out the light. And for sure, earphones work very well to make it as much of an internal experience as you can. Hey Sean, how you doing, dude? So good to have you, man. I do really love starting my day with you guys. Let's see, who else have we got dropping in? We've got another 3-4 minutes before we get started. Who else is dropping in today? Hope you've been having a good week so far, Sean. Marcella, hello, a very good morning to you. Today's meditation theme is being who you are not. And it comes from a Muji quote that I've shared a couple of times before, but we haven't done this one for a while. That's cool, dude. It really is the favorite part of my morning as well. So Peter, a very good morning to you. Bardine, a very good morning to you as well. So the Muji quote that we've shared a couple of times before and we're doing again today because it has been a while is when Muji said, being who you are is what's easy. To stop being who you are not is the difficult part. And it takes a little while. Well, the first time I heard it, it took me a little while to really recognize what that means. So I'll mention the quote to you again. Being who you are is the easy part, but stopping being who you are not is what is difficult. Let me just see who I can say hello to here. Ursula just came in and Sean said, a great week, living in exciting times. We are living in exciting times. That's the damn truth, Sean. Really, really true. So back to today's journey. Here's a great example. When you bring yourself into meditation every morning, and we do that really deep dive inside, it becomes quite easy to connect with who you really are and find that space of who you really are. And being in that space of who you really are is really not that difficult. But when we get up and we have to face the world outside, it's very easy and also very normal for us to put on the old masks again, to pretend we're somehow different than what we really are. Craig, good morning, dude. Very good to see you. And all of those masks, all of the armor we have accumulated over years are all a means to survive in the world. And it happens so easily without us even thinking about it. We are surrounded by people all the time, and as adults, we've already picked up all of this armor. We've already created all of this armor. We've already worn these masks so many times before that it can be really difficult to realize when we're wearing a mask and not being ourselves. So today's journey is exactly that. Having a look at what masks might we be wearing and becoming a little bit more conscious about when we are wearing them. So a very good rule of thumb for yourself here is when you're able to have more awareness around when you're putting up a mask and not really being yourself, that's very good. But then having a space of kindness for yourself if you're not quite there yet, if you're not ready to step into the world without the masks and just be your authentic self, to be kind to yourself for that as well. Because it's cool to learn that sometimes I'm this way and sometimes I wear a mask to kind of make myself acceptable. But it makes it a lot worse if you're hard on yourself for not being able to throw the mask away completely. It's a slow process. It's baby steps. So we have a hello here from Karabo. Good morning, Karabo. Bradley, a very good morning. And Heather, a very good morning to you too. Right, that is enough speaking. Let us get into today's journey. Sleeping mask on, lights off. Earplugs in. What's the right word? Earphones in. Let's float away on this beautiful journey together. And a big wave to Heather. There we go. Eyes closed. First couple of breaths. Here we go. Deep breath in. And release. Deep breath in. And release. Deep inhale. And let go. Deep breath in. And release. And one more together breath. Deep breath in. And release. Continue taking the same breaths, breathing deeply in through your nose. And as you fill up that balloon in your belly, you're also stretching out your spine, making yourself just a tiny bit taller. And when you release, soften your spine, drop your shoulders, and drop your chin. Every morning starting your day this way, I know it's becoming easier and easier for you to shed everything that you're not, to be left with only what you are. In today's first phase, as you inhale upwards, swelling up like a wave, and exhale downwards, crashing down like that wave. Make that letting go specifically for letting go of everything that you are not. Every exhale, a letting go of whatever you've taken on board that's not you. However you have been trying to be, that's not really you. Make your inhale and exhale as deep as possible. And let go and put down everything that's not you. Feel yourself becoming lighter with every exhale. It's not important that you can necessarily recognize, realize, or see what it is you're putting down. But it could be helpful and interesting if something comes to mind. What specifically are you letting go of? What specifically are you putting down? Engage your whole body wholly in your breathing. Inhaling upwards with your whole body. Exhaling and collapsing downwards with your whole body. The act of letting go is not just a thought in your mind, but needs to be engaged with breathing and body. Because the way we hold on is not just with thought, but every cell in our body has in the past been trained to hold on to things that are not ours to hold on to. We'll take the last few breaths of this phase together by also engaging our body and stretching out, loosening up, helping us let go and settle down more comfortably for the next phase. Let's take a deep breath in. And as you release, drop your head forward and take a few moments to roll out your neck muscles in big half circles to the left and to the right, as you of course take some easy breaths. Roll your neck out slowly. Feel the edges that put up resistance. And specifically, spend a moment leaning into that space. Take another deep breath in. And as you release, roll your shoulders forward in big circles. And in between, breathe easily, helping your shoulders release whatever tension they're holding on to. Take another deep breath in. And as you release, roll your shoulders backwards in big circles. And if you feel that big yawn coming on, lean into that as well. Yawning right from the core of your being is a great way of releasing as well. Take another deep breath in. And as you release, put your focus on your spine and swaying left and right. Finding the edges where you feel some stiffness and slowly leaning into them while you're curving your spine into a big S from your head down to your tailbone. And swaying your spine side to side or back and forth mobilizes spinal fluid, which helps wake your brain up, activates your nervous system. One more deep breath in. And as you release, move or stretch or adjust any part of your body. Helping your whole body settle down even more comfortably. From this space of presence, we can dive deep inside. And on the next few breaths, after our inhale, we'll hold our breath for just a few moments, followed by a really long and slow exhale. Let's take a deep breath in. And hold. And release. Deep breath in. And hold. And release. Deep release. And one more deep breath in. And hold. And release. Continue the same breathing pattern. Breathing deeply in through your nose and following the air down your throat. Imagine you can look down and watch as the air enters in through your lungs. And as you fill up that balloon in your belly, you find yourself slipping into that space as well. As you hold the air inside for a few moments, you really are holding yourself inside for a few moments. Inside that space, feel around for a sense of fullness and see how much you can surrender to that sense of fullness inside of you. Settling down, surrendering and relaxing into that space. Hold your breath only for as long as you feel really comfortable. Followed by a really long, slow release. As you let the air out, feel your body, specifically your shoulders, your chest, sag as the air flows out of you. Bringing your awareness to that sagging feeling will help you to dissolve, melt, surrender even more deeply. And your next big breath as you dive down deep inside. See how much you can let go into that space. How much can you surrender, let go, and fall into yourself? Take your next deep breath. very long after we're born. We start building our identity from what we get reflected from the people around us. It starts with those closest, our parents or caregivers. While they're well-meaning, what we get from their words, their facial expressions, their body language, is that we will be accepted or acceptable when we change in some way. On your next big breath, as you dive deep down inside, spend a few moments thinking about how did you have to adjust? How did you have to be different? What is the mask you felt you had to wear to be acceptable to your parents, your caregivers? How is it that you felt you needed to be different to become accepted? Take your next deep breath. And our siblings play a huge role here as well. Getting our reflected sense of self from brothers or sisters and cousins and close family members. On your next big breath as you dive deep inside, pay attention for a few moments to how are the ways you have felt the need to be different in order to be accepted or acceptable by siblings. What are the masks that you felt you needed to wear? Take a next deep breath. while we grow up, our peers have a huge influence on who it is that we're trying to be. Their words, and even just their facial expressions in reaction to us, their body language in reaction to us, conveys a clear message of how we should really be different in order to be accepted. Your next big breath as you dive deep inside. Take a look at the ways you have felt you needed to be different. The masks you had the need to wear in order to become acceptable and accepted by peers. Take your next big breath. Another big influence was teachers. And you might have felt the need to present yourself differently, to wear a mask in order to be accepted and be acceptable to teachers. They play such a big role of authority in our lives. Your next big breath as you dive deep inside. Take a look at the masks you have felt the need to wear in order to be acceptable to teachers. Take your next deep breath. And as adults, work colleagues, superiors, clients, are often another space in which we try to slightly change who we are in order to be accepted. On your next big breath, as you dive deep inside, take a look at the ways in which you have felt the need to be different, to change yourself, to wear a mask, to become more accepted by your colleagues, managers, employers, or clients. Take your next deep breath. With all these masks on the floor in front of you, we'll take the last few deep breaths of this phase. And with every big breath and dive inside, simply look, observe, see all the different masks. Let's take a deep breath in and hold. And release. Deep breath in and hold. And release. And one more together breath. Deep breath in and hold. And release. No more attention to your breathing. being in this space of calm. Taking a look, no judgment, at all of these different masks. There's a part of us designed to be very serious about survival. Serious about keeping us alive in this world. And from an evolutionary point of view, one of the ways we stay alive is to be accepted by our tribe. To that survival part, not being accepted equals death. There is a tiny part of all of us that needs to find acceptance and feels so threatened by non-acceptance that we're willing to conform to whatever is expected from us in order to stay alive. Each one of these masks were worn as a way to survive. Not to be judged. Not meant as another tool for self-criticism. Just as a way to see objectively what are the things we've taken on board that are not really us. Which are the ways in which you have tried to be that's not really you. We don't make changes to our lives by going from A to Z. But change starts with awareness. My wish for you is simply awareness. Moody's words are very real. The difficult part is to stop being who we are not. Sitting here with no mask on is the easy part. Stepping out, facing the real world is what makes it difficult to not put some of these masks back on. And if you do, having the awareness of when you're putting on a mask is a great victory. It means a step in the direction of sometime in the future not having the need for the mask anymore. And if you have found the you in yourself, that original you before the world showed you how you should be, And if you're able to not wear masks at all anymore, that is such a blessing. Be kind to yourself and be patient with the process. Baby steps are what get us there in the end. Let's take the last few breaths of today's meditation together. 5 breaths of gratitude. With every exhale, I'll say my thank you, and I invite you to say yours. Let's take a deep breath in. Thank you for the clarity of this present moment. Deep breath in. Thank you for the clarity that brings me to see whatever masks I have been wearing, and able to sit here with no masks on in this moment. Deep breath in. Thank you for the kindness toward myself when I realize I'm still not quite able to do the things I've decided I would. But thanks for the awareness that helps me work on that. Deep breath in. Thank you to all the beautiful people in our group this morning. And one more together breath. Deep breath in. Thank you so much for coming on this ride with me today. I hope you've enjoyed your journey. The big message for me this morning, whether it's about wearing masks, or it's about being who you are or not, or anything else, any other changes you're trying to make. I read a quote by Eckhart Tolle yesterday, which I can't quite remember clearly, but what he was trying to say was, as we're trying to do better, we obviously start out failing at what we're trying to do. And what we need is the kindness to ourselves, the patience for the process, recognizing that we're trying, and loving ourselves for trying. It will get better. It does get better. It does get easier. But it doesn't get any easier if you're hating on yourself, if you're judging yourself. It gets easier the more kindness you show yourself. Thanks so much for joining me this morning. There's a bunch of people I haven't said hello to yet. Too many to mention right now. Thank you guys so much for joining us this morning. Thank you for all the beautiful hearts in the corner of my screen. I hope you guys have a flippin' awesome day. Lots of love to you. I'll see you back here again tomorrow. Ciao, ciao.